Hey guys, and welcome to another recap review of The Expanse Season 5. We are on to The Expanse Season 5, Episode 5. This one is called Down and Out, and this is a great halfway point for the season. This episode is so intense. There's so many different moments that are just fantastic. We get a lot of Amos, who I absolutely love, but we get a lot of really other cool stuff as well. And it feels like our characters are really trying to dig themselves out of this hole that Marco has put them in. Now, fair warning, there are going to be spoilers in this video because I am going to be touching on a lot of major plot points and literally giving a recap of the episode. So if you haven't watched it yet, wait and come back. Or if you don't mind spoilers, you can continue on and watch, but it's totally up to you. The Expanse Season 5 is shaping up to be a fantastic season, and I am so excited to talk to you about Episode 5. Let's do it!
Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Okay, so in this episode, we get about this much Drummer. I love Drummer. I feel like there's some big stuff coming up for her later on in the season, and I cannot wait. But we get her, she's feeling really guilty about the fact that she had Marco in an airlock. I mean, she could have killed him. She could have killed Marco, and she didn't. And now, well, everyone is paying the consequence for it, especially Earth and Inners. She is realizing, that if it wasn't for her, he would be dead and this wouldn't have happened. So she's definitely feeling guilty about it. But then she also receives a personal message from him inviting her to come talk to him about their factions and working together for the good of the Belters. She does tell her crew they are going to do it. They will be going. But you know what? I really feel like she's got to be setting him up for something. She wants to get revenge for what he did to Ashford, and that he's going about this all the wrong way, and it's making Belters as a whole look really bad. She truly feels this way. So I'm interested to see where this is going to go later on in the season, but that's about all we get of Drummer in this episode, because this episode really heavily focuses on Amos, as well as Naomi. Now, Amos, as you know, was down in the pit, the prison with Peaches, Clarissa Mao, when the asteroid hit Earth. I told you guys last week, that guy, Tiny, that prisoner, well, Amos calls him Tiny, because he's literally anything but tiny, was going to be a major part of this, that prisoner that adds all these mods and just doesn't care and doesn't want any of them removed. Well, they need him to get out of here. So, of course, Mao is still all jacked up on all these blockers. She is not a threat, and Amos has friends in high places, so he convinces security that she needs to evacuate with him. And so there's 3 security guards, Amos and Peaches, and they need to get out, but all of the exits are blocked. And there's not that many exits. I mean, it's literally a prison, so it's not like they give them a bunch of escape routes. They're blocked from cave-ins, and so they have to go and get this crazy prisoner and have him help rip open the walls for them to climb up the maintenance ladder next to the elevator. So he ends up doing that with a guard. The guard ends up falling, maybe. We're not really sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't fall, and he ends up dying. So now there are 2 guards left, Amos and Peaches, and of course Tiny, who is way up towards the top already. So they all start climbing behind him. Now, we did find out earlier that the guns are biometrically linked to people, so it's not like Amos could just use someone's gun or vice versa. The guards are the only ones who can use their guns. When they get up towards the top, they see light, and they're like, wait, how come there's light? There should be literally a whole building up there. Nope, building gone, decimated. So they get up to the top. The 2 guards, Tiny, Amos, and Peaches. Well, Tiny decides he's going to throw one of the guards down the shaft. He takes the gun, or he actually doesn't throw the guard down the shaft. That's a lie. He kills the guard, and then he takes a gun and throws it down the shaft. So that, they can't do anything. He ends up picking up Amos, and he's like, call me Tiny one more time. Now, Mao does that little thing where she bites in her mod and tries to go crazy, but she's still all doped up on blockers, and she can't really do anything, unfortunately. Well, the other guard takes the gun and the hand of the dead guard and shoots Tiny that way, distracting him, and Amos does this crazy flip. One of my favorite scenes of this entire episode is really cool, and just flips Tiny down the shaft, killing him. They get up there, they look around, they realize that Earth is in big trouble. There's literally nothing around them. The guard leaves and allows Peaches and Amos to, basically, you can escape. We're cool. You're set free. we're done. So we'll see where that goes in the future. It's interesting that Amos is on Earth during all of this. I love that our people are all split up, and I do like that we have someone on the ground from our favorites. Also in this episode, Alex and Bobby make quite the discovery. Now, they've been tracking a ship. They're kind of hovering behind them, trying to look like tourists, but really they're keeping an eye on them because they're pretty sure that they're the Martians that are doing this shady deal and selling stuff to Marco, right? And so they're kind of hiding, but then this ship takes a course. It's actually a couple of ships. They do a course change, and Bobby says, let's go after them. Listen, we're out here already. Now we know what's going on because, of course, they've got that transmission, and they know that Earth has been hit by these asteroids and that Marco's doing all of this. So they decide they need to follow him, even if it's going to expose them. However, they're going to do the best they can to kind of hide behind these rocks and, keep undercover, so to speak. They get there and they kind of realize, whoa, there's a bunch of ships back here. Like, this is Marco's free army. And the ships themselves, the frigates, they are the weapons that are being traded. So this is a big deal. They're figuring this out. They're putting the pieces together. And, of course, then they're spotted because, why make anything easy for our favorite characters? And they need to escape. They need to hightail it out of there. They are able to scan the ships. They're trying to send the information off to Oswego before they go, but they're also like hightailing it out of there. I mean, they've got that crazy fast thing, and they're going and they're going and they're going, and Bobby's nose is bleeding, and they're like, we're totally gonna die. Like, this stinks. And Alex is like, I have one more thought. And he ends up emergency dumping the core. Now, that does help them. The Martians, whoever it is, that the Belters, really, probably, whoever's chasing them, now thinks they blew them up. But they are kind of floating around out there. They're going to be stranded, so we're going to have to see where the next episode brings for them. But they did scan those ships. They do know what's going on here. They do know that the Free Navy, so to speak, Marco's little group here, his faction, that they are now, they know for a fact he's using Martian ships. So it is very interesting. It's going to make it harder for Marco to hide once this information gets out. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this further on in this season. Now, meanwhile, Naomi is kind of just wandering around Marco's ship. They're letting her wander free, which they're totally going to regret shortly, but they're not letting her go anywhere. There's no ship she can take, so she's just kind of stranded there. And while she's eating, she decides she's going to take a knife and hide it up her sleeve. She tries to go talk to Marco, but she's clearly going to try to stab him and kill him. Philip walks in and distracts her, pulls her away, says he's busy, he doesn't have time for you. Did he see the knife or not? We don't know. I don't think so, but we're not exactly sure. I mean, he doesn't expose her if he does. So he does say to her, you should be thankful for me. I saved your life by taking you here. Again, like I said last week, really proving that he wants this connection with his mother that he lost when she left him so long ago. Now, Naomi is still wandering around the ship. She finds one of her old friends. They kind of talk. I mean, he wants her to help him repair stuff, and she's obviously, not exactly thrilled with these people. They've kidnapped her. They're doing all this stuff on a river of blood. She's not thrilled with it. And she ends up finding out roundabout while she's helping him with the ship that they have sabotaged the Rocinante. Now, earlier in this episode, we saw Bull and Holden trying to get some information out of the trader there back on Tycho, but they were not getting any. So he says, you know what? I'm taking the Rocinante out, and the Zemea left a trail. I know where it's going. We're going to follow it. And she just kind of chuckles and is like, I'll see you soon or whatever, which I was like, there's something shady going on here. Well, anyway, now we know Naomi finds out that they've sabotaged the ship. As soon as he starts up the Rocinante, it is going to blow up, and it will probably kill Holden. It will destroy the Rocinante. I mean, it's not going to be a good thing. Well, Naomi grabs a wrench and hits her friend over the head, gets his phone, is able to get a message out to Holden, luckily just in time before the core starts up, and says the Rocinante is sabotaged, don't start it up. And she also says, I am being held captive by Marco. So Holden gets this information now. He is able to stop the startup of the Rocinante. And of course, we can only imagine he is going to be out looking for Naomi at the beginning of the next episode, because clearly he wants to make sure she's safe and away from Marco. And that is what we got in Season 5, Episode 5, Down and Out. of The Expanse. This is a fantastic episode, a great middle episode, a great turning point almost, right? It feels like maybe, just maybe everything's going to be okay. So fingers crossed, that's what we're going to get. Be sure to come back next week when I discuss The Expanse Season 5, Episode 6. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss out on these videos, guys. They're coming every week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss. Spoilers are welcome. And yeah, I'm really excited to discuss all of this with you guys further through the rest of the season. We are halfway through. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKY. Thanks, guys.